Greetings everyone. In this video presentation I will be talking about the topic of belief systems and helping us break free of limiting or dysfunctional belief systems. We're going to use the acronym BS to signify belief systems. So in this sense, when you're letting go of those dysfunctional belief systems, you can say you're cutting out the BS. Belief systems are, in a sense, a psychological construct. Belief systems tend to reinforce themselves. Therefore, once you're attached to any particular belief system, that becomes a filter, a lens through which you're perceiving reality. And that lens will tend to block out things that would disagree with that belief system, and it would tend to enhance or over-focus on any perceptual phenomena that would seem to support the belief system. So it creates a bias, a distortion in how we observe or perceive reality. The very idea that we believe something actually implies that we don't know. If you fully, deeply know something, you wouldn't need to have a belief about it. Therefore, if we can admit to ourselves that our beliefs are not based on 100% confident knowledge about something, then we can be open to exploring those beliefs, considering what they're based upon, and looking objectively at whatever information or data may be available that could either confirm or challenge that belief system. Let's look at some examples of belief systems and how they're developed and how we might wish to reconsider them. One example of a belief system would be a religious belief system. And religious belief systems tend to focus a lot on teaching morality. So a religion could tell you that certain things are right or wrong, that if you do certain things, God will approve of you. If you do other things, God wishes to punish you. If we just step back and look objectively at that, we can see that human beings don't always agree on what those things are that supposedly are right or wrong, supposedly approved of or disapproved of by God. And we also don't have evidence that there is some reward or punishment for any of those particular activities. Therefore, this belief system is one that's based on faith, on just accepting something that you're taught. There may be some practical benefits to following that particular belief system. It may help you get along with the people around you. It may bring more order and stability to your community or society. But that does not mean that that belief system is true in an ultimate sense. It may just be something that is convenient to use to live your everyday life, yet it doesn't coincide with some greater truth about life and about the nature of reality. This could be true of many different belief systems we have. People may have beliefs about which jobs or vocations are better than others from their point of view. People may believe that it's better to be married than to be single, that it's better to be wealthy than to be poor in terms of your finances. People may believe that it's important to have a system of money in order to exchange goods and services. People could believe that it's necessary to have a government to maintain order, to keep people from doing harm to one another. even though if we observe what governments do, they themselves are often doing harm to people and creating conflicts and problems. We could believe things about ourselves, that we are capable or competent, that we can accomplish the goals that we set for ourselves. We can believe in our own wisdom or intelligence, in our own beauty or desirability, and we can disbelieve in those things also. We can have negative beliefs about ourselves. And of course, since beliefs tend to be reinforcing of themselves, once you start to believe something, you tend to find things happening in your external environment that seem to confirm it. And you may filter out of your awareness things that would disconfirm that belief. If you believe you're ugly, you may find yourself paying attention to it whenever someone reacts to you in a way that seems to confirm that idea, and you may tend to ignore it or filter it out when someone attempts to give you a compliment about your appearance. This happens with many different beliefs that people have. They continue to maintain that belief because they use these cognitive biases to block out anything that would challenge the belief. They'll use some peculiar twists of logic in order to deny or avoid anything that would contradict what they believe. And they'll, of course, readily accept anything that would seem to support what they believe. This is why beliefs are, in a sense, so tricky and so difficult to break free of. Because once you're caught up in that belief system, once you're existing within that cognitive reality, within that box of that belief, you don't see the things that are outside of that box. You don't perceive or accept information that would in some way challenge what you believe. It's often easy to observe other people and see the flaws and distortions in their belief systems, since you're not personally caught up within the belief that that other person has. However, to perceive the faults or distortions in your own belief systems is often quite difficult, since you're so accustomed to looking at life, to observing reality through that filter, through the lens of your own beliefs. If you wish to make changes in your life, if you wish to expand your consciousness, to experience greater potentials, it's important to be willing to let go of beliefs. In order to access a greater or more conscious level of reality, a more enlightened belief, you could say, it would be essential to be able to release any old limiting beliefs that are keeping you from perceiving things in that expanded way. This is something that sometimes is scary or challenging to do. We often have a comfort in being attached to a particular belief. There are also often some type of rewards or positive feedback we get from the world, the social reality around us, when we maintain certain beliefs. If most of the society or people around us are themselves attached to faulty beliefs, they will prefer that other people have the same belief, and they'll reward or give positive feedback to those who hold the same belief, and they may display some type of negative feedback, some type of resistance or hostility toward people expressing a different belief. Thus, there's often that social factor that encourages us to maintain a limiting or distorted belief, and which rejects us in some way if we start to awaken to something that's more true, a more valid or accurate belief. Belief system realities are not just here in our physical life, they carry forward, they carry on into the spiritual realm. When people leave behind their body here and go into the spiritual realm, what many people would call the astral realm, or the between lives realm, their spirits can tune into or resonate with particular belief system realities. This can be connected to the idea of thought forms, where when you have a certain thought or belief about something, you create that sort of reality in a spiritual dimension or realm. So in the non-physical, that energy is coalescing and creating, in a sense, a projection of what you're thinking and believing. So if someone were to perceive that pattern of energy there that's being projected into the non-physical, they might observe that reality that exists in your thoughts. In a sense, you're creating something with your thoughts and your imagination. If there are many people holding a similar vibrational pattern, a similar thought form or belief system, then there's a very huge amount of energy being contributed to creating that, both in physical reality and non-physical reality. And in that between lives realm, there can be entire reality systems that are based upon the projection of the belief systems that people have here on earth. There could be realities based on a Christian belief system, a Buddhist belief system, an Islamic belief system, a Wiccan belief system, a belief system about extraterrestrial beings, a belief system about nature spirits, a belief system about Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, a belief system about political concepts or philosophies. All of these things could be projected and played out in a dreamlike sense in the non-physical reality for those whose consciousness resonate with those thoughts and beliefs. For anyone interested in some books and information that go into detail that describe some vivid imagery and experiences people have had exploring the afterlife realm, I would recommend reading the works of Robert Monroe, who's the author of Journeys Out of Body, The Ultimate Journey. And also there's some materials by Bruce Moen, who has a whole series of books about his out-of-body journeys, and that's a series called the Exploring the Afterlife series. There are several different books that relate his observations about those belief system realities that exist on the astral plane, the between lives dimension. Therefore, we want to be conscious of our beliefs right here in the present, in the here and now, and understand that our beliefs do filter the way we perceive reality. We interpret things according to our beliefs, and even things that we experience in meditation or mystical states may be translated through those filters of our existing ideas and beliefs. So something may be shown to us in a format that we're familiar with, that our mind is already attached to or associated with. You might see images of religious figures that you relate to when your higher self or soul is trying to communicate or show something to you. So that image is something that you embrace, that you honor and recognize, and so it's a useful tool for that higher part of your consciousness to relate something to you, since you have that association with it as something that's some type of spiritual guide or spiritual source to help you. I've spoken a lot about how belief systems can function, and I do encourage people that are looking to make improvements in their life to reach a higher potential, to experience more of what's possible in human life and beyond, to explore and examine your belief systems, to not be too firmly attached to any belief systems that you've been using in your life. If you have any questions about these ideas, these subjects of developing your consciousness, expanding your awareness, you're encouraged to contact me. You can visit my website at www.phinsights.com. That's PHINSIGHTS.com. I also have a professional page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Jedi Holistic Healing. You'll see there information about the therapy services that I provide, the healing events that are offered. That would be particularly useful if you're here in the Miami area. I would now like to thank every one of you for taking the time to work on yourself, to choose to evolve, to transform your consciousness. I wish everyone a good day. Namaste.